Hello, hello, and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you these gorgeous and easy curls, so let's jump into it.
So of course we're going to start with brushing out our hair so there's no tangles, and then I'm going to split my hair in two, and from there I'm going to again split my hair in half. So as you can see here, just grabbing a section of hair, dividing, again I'm grabbing about half of the hair into this top section, and you know, wherever that is for you in your head, your hair, or whatever, just grab about half and toss it behind, because we're going to be putting it up and out of the way so we can just work with this bottom section first. So I'm just kind of twisting that section, putting it up with some hair clips and pinning it to the top of the head, clipping on both sides so that it just stays in place and out of the way so I can focus on this bottom section first. So as you can see in the mirror, I already did the right section first, and it looks funny because it's all clumped together, but like you saw in the beginning of the video, it all comes together because of how I do it. So anyway, so this section I'm pulling out just the front pieces, and then I'm going to take the back section and put into a ponytail about in the, like where it would meet in the middle of that section of hair. Putting it into a ponytail, I just find this makes it a lot easier to curl the hair, and it's faster, and I am all about making things easier and faster when I am doing my hair. Because I love having cute hair. I don't necessarily love styling my hair. So anyway, so you got this cute fun little ponytail. And you're going to take little sections, I would say maybe about an inch, half an inch, no, okay, that's definitely not an inch, like a half inch section. Just a section that works for you. This is the size that works for me. I don't know what the length is, but you can see. Grab a section about like that. And then I'm going to wrap it around my curling iron and curling it away from my face. I think this is a 1-inch curling iron. It might be a 1 1/4 inch, but I'm pretty sure it's a 1 inch. But either way, you want kind of a thicker barrel for this look, but not overly thick so it's still a curl. You kind of want that nice meat in the middle where it's not a full curl, but it's also not like just a loose wave, kind of the in-between. But anyway, so you hold that for probably about 10 seconds, I think is what I was doing there. And my iron is on 360 degrees for my hair. My hair is, as you can probably tell, I have really fine hair. So yeah, I put about 360 and I hold it for about 10 seconds, probably a little too long. But also my hair has a really hard time holding a curl. Even though the natural texture of my hair is kind of curly and not curly, but it's like wavy, it still has a hard time holding a curl. So I hold it for a little bit longer to make sure I've got more of a curl. But anyway, wrapping it around again, holding it about 10 seconds. And then the way I drop it into my hand is I'll put my hand underneath it like this, and then let the curl drop into the hand just so it holds so it doesn't completely fall apart. And then I just twist it in the direction that I curled it and put it away behind it. And also to note, the way that I use heat protectant, this is actually the way you're supposed to be using heat protection sprays. So you take it strand by strand, hold it about like 5 to 6 inches away, and spray the whole strand of the hair down. And now it shouldn't be wet. That's something important to note. The hair should not be wet with the heat protection spray, because if your hair is wet and steaming when it's on the iron, that's bad. So you want to avoid that. So spray it from farther away so that it's getting all over the hair, but the hair isn't wet to the touch. That's actually a tip I learned from a YouTube channel. He's called The Blowout Professor. He's awesome. He shares amazing tips that have really been helpful for me in my hair. So I'll link his channel below, because that's where I learn a lot of the hair tips that I use and share. So again, I'll link him below. He's really helpful. But again, just taking that piece of hair, spraying it from a few inches away, brushing out the hair protection, and then wrapping it around the barrel. I'm showing you this section in real time so you can really see what I'm doing, because I want this to be like a good tutorial for you guys, but no worries, you're not going to be watching me doing this like the entire time, because that would be pretty boring. So throughout the video, I just go ahead and do the right side, and I show you what I'm doing on the left side of the hair, because it's the exact same thing, just making sure the curls are away from the face on whichever side it's on. And again, that's just for this specific hairstyle. There's plenty of hairstyles where I'll put the curls towards the face, but for this specific hairstyle, I'm putting all the curls away from the face. So now just taking those front sections of hair and just doing the exact same thing. The only reason I left them out is because these are kind of the face framing pieces, so I didn't want them to be in the ponytail where you're not going to have as much, they're like how do I describe it? Where the curl's not going to be up as high. It works well for the ponytail in the back because the sections are so close together, it's not really messing things up. But for these front piece sections, I just want to make sure that they were like a perfect curl, framing my face perfectly. So holding those about the same, but maybe slightly less time, because I don't want them to be quite as curly. I want them to be a little looser since they're at the front of the face. So I would say I'd maybe hold that for probably like 7 seconds, maybe 5 to 7 seconds, depending. Now just pulling that ponytail out, because of how short it's in the ponytail, you shouldn't have any creases, and especially tie it loose enough that you're not going to get a crease, but obviously tie enough that's going to hold. Anyway, it looks funny in the back as you saw, but it comes together later. Right now we're just letting the curls set like that, so that's why we kind of clump them together, let them set. So now I'm taking down that top section and we're going to divide it, not totally in half, but we're gonna separate it again. So dividing the hair in two, and then taking the topmost section that I can of that. It's gonna be a really thin section. You really just want that very, very top layer. So you don't want this to be half of, you're not splitting this section in half. You're just trying to get the very top layer of it. So both sides, get the very top layer, and we're gonna pin that up and out of the way again. I've gone ahead and started to speed up the video for this section because it's the exact same thing as the bottom section. You're just separating those front framing piece layers and then putting that back section into a ponytail and curling those pieces. So for the first layer and the second layer, you're going to do the exact same thing. So again, I sped it up here so you can still see what I'm doing, so you can see that I'm not kidding, it's the exact same thing. And right here, I used the heat protectant, but I accidentally used too much, and so this strand of hair was wet. So I skipped that one for now, went to this strand, curled it, and went back to do the other one after. That way it had a little more time to dry so that, like I was talking about earlier, I wasn't putting the curling iron on wet hair. And now we're on to the last layer. So taking down those hair clips so I can separate the hair again. And as you can see, I forgot to take out the ponytail. I do that all the time. But it's okay, just take it out, put the hair away, let the curl set. Separating the hair in half again on either side of the head, you know where it's supposed to go. And then for this top section, I don't do the ponytails. There's not very much hair left to be curling here. So for this very top section, I don't put in the ponytails. I just curl them away from the face. Since this is the top layer that everyone's gonna be really seeing, this one I will curl. So the ponytails don't matter on the bottom because of the bottom sections of hair. So even if you do have like a little crease from the ponytail, it's not really gonna matter. You're not gonna see it really much because it's being covered by the top sections of hair. So this just really helps it all come together perfectly when you leave out the section. Again, it doesn't have to be a lot. As you saw, like I grabbed a very thin section of hair, and I think I'm gonna be able to get this done in, I think, like 4 curls. And then I went ahead and tucked the bottom section behind my ears because it kept getting in my way and was driving me nuts. So do that. If your bottom section's getting in your way, just tuck it behind your ears. It's not gonna be behind it long enough to affect the curls really or crease it or anything like that. Now the 2 sections that are really framing the face, I hold for the shortest amount of time because I really like loose to be loose. I do not like it to be like a perfect ringlet curl for the front of my face. So I hold that for probably about 5 seconds and drop it the way I normally do. But then as you can see here, it was too curly for me. I didn't like it. So I started pulling on it while still twisting it in the same direction. So I didn't totally lose the curl. But while twisting in the direction of the curl, pulling down on the hair as well to kind of loosen it out into more of a wave. So this is where we're at right now. It looks a little messy and crazy. Obviously not how we actually want it to look. But this is the time where the curls need time to set. So we're gonna leave them alone, wait around. I usually will go do my makeup or something, but obviously I already had my makeup done, so I went and like hung out with my husband. But you wanna wait for about 20 minutes at least for the curls to set. After the curls set, then this is the fun part where it comes together. So this might scare some of you. As you can see, I'm gonna go through and I'm tussling the hair now. I'm tussling it and finger combing it through, basically kind of brushing out the curls, not with an actual brush, although sometimes I will do that and I like how that looks too. But right now, just finger combing, tussling the hair, really shaking it out. And again, I'm showing you all this in real time so you can see how much I mess with it. I just really tussle and comb and mess with it until I like how it looks. So taking both sections, combing through the hair, tussling it at the roots, shaking it out to really make the look come together. And now you can see in the back how much better it's looking already. Looking so pretty, loose, curly. Oh, I love how it looks in the back, but just wait for it. Now here we go, wait for this, watch. Wait. And boom! Look at how good that looks! Again, I know I probably scared some of you with the tussling and the combing through, but look how it all came together. And it comes together because you let the curls set. So that's why it's important to let the curls set while they're cooling down. And then they will hold and still in curl form. So you can shake it out, play with it, and make it look like these loose waves. Oh, I just love when this comes together.
Also, don't forget to subscribe.
We didn't put hairspray in earlier while the curls were setting so that we could still comb through and tussle it out, have it still be touchable. But now I'm just going in with some hairspray lightly. I kind of kept the audio on in the background so you can hear how I'm spritzing it. But I just take the can of hairspray, lightly spritz it over the hair. I'm not going crazy, going to town, because I still want it to be like touchable, loose, shakeable. Is that a word, shakeable? I don't know. Still want it to look like pretty and soft, but obviously want it to hold. So I spray the front pieces specifically, but otherwise just generally kind of spritz it around the hair, an overall top layer.
Thank you so much for watching. This was just part one of a two-part holiday series that I'm doing. Can you call it a series if it's just 2 videos? I don't know what you'd call that. There's a part 2 coming out where I show you some holiday makeup and outfit ideas to go with this gorgeous hair look. So please hit that subscribe button so you can see that when it comes out. It should be coming out soon. Yeah, and I will see you there. In the meantime, come check out this video. Thanks so much and have a Merry Christmas. And also subscribe.